This image shows the front of the van moved into the service position. To set this up, you need a set of guide pins like these. The first step is to remove the front bumper. In VW's instructions and on the Transporter HQ video, they show releasing the corners, removing the screws, and then just tugging the bumper forward. I tried doing it like that, but found that I damaged the fixations near the headlights. I found another way of doing it, which was less destructive, and that's what I'm showing in this video. So 4 clips along the top edge, just unwind that with a coin, pull it out, and remove that piece of plastic. These ones are started already. There we go. It's now a good time to take off the underbody tray. It's held on with 6 bolts. The next thing to do is to pull back the wheel arch liners. We just need to remove the 6 screws marked with the yellow arrows and the 1 pull clip. I can now remove the clip which is holding the bumper to the fender. You just need to push an Allen key down the centre of it and then push the clip out as shown. While I'm in the right wheel arch, I unclip this connector which is the wiring loom for the front bumper. Carefully prise this off of the bumper and slip your hand in behind. Okay, like that. Both of the corners are released and popped out. There's a clip here, here and here, those clips, like that. Let's check I've got that one. Yeah, so now what we're left with is we've got a clipping point here, a clipping point here and a clipping point here. To do this, we need to go underneath and slip our arm up. Feed your hand in. And then push them out gently. And then where's my box? It's a bit more difficult because you've got to get your hand around between the horn. And then you can feel up to the clip. And then you just push it like that. Easy. Oh, there it goes. Box in. Don't want it to go just yet because it's hanging on by the two in the middle. There's 2 clips either side of the badge, here and here. And if you just slip your finger down, you can feel them and then just lift them up and push them forward. And on the other side, and forward. There we go. Right, that's it. And now it just gently drops down to my pre-positioned boxes. And now we need to move behind to the pipes coming off of the washers. I found by disconnecting this one connector from the park sensors, I could swing the bumper round to the right and I didn't need to mess around with the washer fluid. If you release one of the connectors on that pipe, it's going to drop all of the liquid from the reservoir onto your garage floor. You can now access the bolts holding the bumper beam onto the vehicle. You remove those and install the guide pins as shown. Do the same on the other end of the bumper beam. Now disconnect the engine hood damper. Once that's released, I've got to improvise a method to keep the hood open while I work. That bolt there. There's another bolt like this one on the other side of the car. Now undo the 2 bolts that are holding the headlamp carrier onto the fender of the car. Again, there are 2 more on the other side. To allow the front to move forward, we're also going to need to disconnect a couple of the coolant hoses. The first thing to do is to drop the fluid out of the system at the lowest point so that you can capture it easily. The hoses we want to disconnect are underneath the reservoir tank, so we've got to take that out. Well, and now I can turn that round and actually see how that clip works happening. So you twist that and it just slides off. And that will lift out of position. Gosh, that's tight. Okay, so that's now free. I disconnected the top hose to the main radiator, and I also disconnected the two quick connectors, this guy and this guy, to the low pressure system. On this side, I had to disconnect the connector from the body to the headlamp, which goes on just here, and I also just disconnected the charge pipe into the air box. So I just released the bonnet Bowden cable from that clip there and that one there, so that there's enough free cable for that to stay connected. Underneath, I disconnected the electric temperature sensor on the bottom of the radiator, and I also disconnected the connector here, which is connecting the radiator fan to the body. So all bolts are out, let's see what happens. And on this side. So that's how much space we now have with the front part of the car in the service position. So I gained about an extra 10 to 15 centimetres of clearance. I've got a bottle of oil holding it in that position. And the thing that's holding it from going further, I think, is the lines to the air conditioning. So I'm just going to be thankful for the extra space that I have and leave it at that. With the front moved into this position, I was able to replace the thermostat relatively easily. This is definitely easier than removing the radiator pack to get access to the same components. This diagram shows the dimensions of the guide pins if you want to make a set for yourself. They're just mild steel. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.